Well, greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved and most loved Star Wars dad, Nooch Too Good, and we've had a lot of conversations lately about what's going to be happening here at the end of the year after Hondo Ohnaka. I made my own video about what I think is going to happen after Hondo. We've had Gerbil came out. Gerbil's predicting a pirate capital ship. I'm predicting more Force Awakens stuff. I do think a pirate capital ship is in our future, but let's go out even further. Let's talk about the entirety of 2026 and 2027 as far as episodes and eras and epochs and galaxies and everything we're going to have in this game for the next 2+ years. And just a lot of wishful thinking here, but I think just kind of fun to talk about what could be coming in the game, what's going to be coming in the game, etc. And I do think at some point, you know, as Gerbil mentioned, and I agree, it does seem like they are pushing toward a pirate capital ship. And I don't think it's going to be next. I think they realize, they have to realize, I hope, that people are just kind of exhausted of the pirates, right? But the thing about a new capital ship is if it comes out, you know, people are going to have it. You know, you're just, if you're going to be end game player, you're going to have that thing. And they realize it'll only be appealing to the end gamers up front. But if they release a pirate capital ship, I believe it'll be next year. I do think this will be the next capital ship. It makes the most sense in the game, and it could require Galactic Legend Hondo for it, of course, as well. Also, like I mentioned, I think that Force Awakens content will be coming. I think this is going to be the next thing for the rest of the year. We're going to see some lifters for Resistance, some lifters for First Order, maybe even see like Snoke with the Praetorian Guard. That was a great idea. Maybe we'll see some of the what are they called, the Knights of Ren. Those are all dark side, those. So we got to get some light side stuff here too. So I think we'll see some more Force Awakens stuff in the game as well. That just makes sense. 10th anniversary of the game. It came out when Force Awakens was coming out, and we haven't really seen. Yeah, I guess we got Zoria a couple years ago or 3 years ago, and we got Ben Solo, of course. Yeah, we need more of this stuff. We need more for these guys, so we'll see if that comes out as well. And then also for next year, let's focus on next year. Stuff that I can't say is coming, but I think would be really awesome. Let's talk about Darth Plagueis. You know, you guys would love it. I would love it. It's hard for me to see them pushing off Darth Plagueis very much longer. I would be a firm believer that there is a model of Darth Plagueis already developed in the game somewhere. They've got it sitting there, it's just completely unused. And of course, we had the Acolyte come out, and he made his little cameo at the end, you know. Yeah, Acolyte's gone. It's not coming back, so we're not going to get any Plagueis stuff in the near future that we're aware of, which is disappointing because what a great way would it be, like a prequel of the prequels, Darth Plagueis working with young Palpatine. I don't know, something, but I could totally see Plagueis coming out as a conquest character and just being a standalone, or another like Rule of Two character that would be designed specifically for like Sidious, maybe, you know, something like that. Or maybe we get like a Senator Palpatine that goes along with play. We could see that back to back. Darth Plagueis, Senator Palpatine. I think that'd be really cool in the game. And I think that a character like Darth Plagueis, whose lore is so deep in this game, and we see him as, you know, the master of Palpatine, and we know that he goes back generations before that with the Sith. It's really a shame that he's not in the game yet, and I think people would really embrace that, and people would really want to have this character in the game. So I'm just going to say, and again, probably wishful thinking, I'm saying Darth Plagueis for next year. Part of my wishful thinking is I don't think there's a lot of stuff that is clearly on the horizon for 2026. Now 2027, that's a different story. We'll talk about that in a moment. But in 2026, you know, this year we had, in last year, we had the, I can't remember this pirate show. I can't remember what it's called. This is how much of an impact it made on me. Skeleton Crew. We had Skeleton Crew from 2024 to 2025. We had the Acolyte before that. I'm very convinced that they had a bunch of Acolyte content planned for the game, which was canceled because it was just so reviled across, you know, the small percentage. Sorry, Alligal, love you, but, you know, people just don't like Acolytes. So I do think Darth Plagueis will come out because he was part of Acolyte, sort of, but I think we'll see that. A couple other things that could come out next year, and I think people would be very very happy. How about Darth Vitiate? You know, he's Star Wars: The Old Republic guy. He's in the Star Wars: The Old Republic game. We've all seen the lore, the videos that come out. Darth Vitiate as an Old Republic. You can revisit the Old Republic. For the love of God, this community has been begging. I'm not a huge KOTOR guy. I think you guys know this by now. I'm not a huge KOTOR guy. I know those characters because they're in this game. This community is starving for more Old Republic content. Satil Shan, whoever that other cowboy guy. There's a lot of characters in the in Star Wars: The Old Republic, and just from the games. This community wants this to happen. They want to see Darth Vitiate out there as a journey character, a legendary character, and they love, where is it here? I'm trying to control, here we go. People want to see Revan Reborn in this game. It would be an immediate hit. People would empty their wallets for Revan Reborn and maybe even for Darth Vitiate. People want this in this game, and since there's no real clear content, you know, usually when shows come out, it's about a year later when we see the content follow, or sometime in the next year to 18 months. You know, we're getting these pirates, within about, maybe like 9 to 10 months after Skeleton Crew was launched. So in the next 10 months to a year after that's when the stuff comes out. Darth Vitiate and Revan Reborn. I just think these are Old Republic characters that if you've got a lag in the game, you don't know it's going to come out for 2026. The Capital Games is not sure what to put out, and they don't have any Star Wars content floating around from this year. There's really no Star Wars content from 2025 that's out there that could be used to make a game that has not already. These would be winners. These would be just hands down winners. Revan Reborn, Darth Vitiate, they'd be great in the game. Let's see them come out in the game, and let's have some fun. Now, let's turn our eyes toward 2027. And there could be more journeys next year, more episodes, whatever. But if you had the pirate, like next year, if you got the pirate capital ship, KOTOR, Darth Vitiate, or Old Republic Darth Vitiate, KOTOR, Revan Reborn, if you got those three journeys all put together next year, that'd be the majority of your year. And as far as like a raid, you could do a KOTOR raid for next year. Old Republic raid, something like that, right? Put that together for us. And then it requires to farm all the new characters, like maybe pirates could be in that. That makes a lot of sense, right? Right? Pirates are everywhere. There's pirates everywhere. Let's look at 2027, because I think 2027 in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes is going to be a banger. Let me look at something here real quick to confirm. Yes. In 2027, it will be the 25th anniversary of, for some reason I had a software update on my Streamlabs here recently, and when I upload images, they don't always make it. It's really, I don't know what they did to change that, but they need to fix it back up. Anyway, 2027 is the 25th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. No way, there's no way we don't get like, we've already got Padawan. We're gonna get Padawan Anakin. We're gonna get, I don't know what you would call him. We got General Kenobi. We got Jedi Master, Jedi Knight. You get Padawan Anakin. You get Jedi Knight Kenobi. You get Super Hot Padme. You get the lizards that come. I don't know. You get another version of Jango Fett. Whatever we get, we could get Clone Wars Yoda. Maybe Clone Wars Yoda as a galactic legend. Possibly that you're gonna see a lot of attack. Jesus. Obi-Wan. I would love to see the Jango Fett slave one. How about that? A blue slave one? We've been missing that in the game for sure. So 2027, 25th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. We've been talking about this for years, but I don't think this content comes to the game before 2027, because that's the year. That's the 25th anniversary. That's when you're going to see it. And there's one more anniversary in 2027 that we don't, you may not be thinking about. We talk about it a lot. Star Wars came out in 1977, and it was just called Star Wars at the time. And when I saw it, it was just called Star Wars. It was just Star Wars. And we fell in love with Red 5 in 1977. 2027 is the 50th anniversary of Star Wars A New Hope. If we don't see Red 5 in 2027, I will eat my hat. And if 2027 isn't a year full of Attack of the Clones content and full of Star Wars A New Hope content, then Capital Games needs to rethink what they're doing with their life. In fact, if we don't get the long-awaited or long-rumored or whatever you want to call it, Death Star raid in 2027, ship it. I don't know. I don't even know if I use that properly. Let's just get out of here. Let's just move on with our lives. 2027 is the year. Next year's going to be an in-between year, waiting for stuff. Not a lot of Star Wars content. There's no shows, movies not happening in 20. So that's when you go back to the KOTOR. You hit the KOTOR in 2026 to, because that's your moneymaker. 2027, all in, Attack of the Clones, A New Hope, Death Star raid, Red 5, give us some B-Wings, give us some A-Wings. Let's make some stuff happen in 2027, Capital Games. Make it happen for us. Let's do some things in this game in 2027. And one more thing that I'm very sure will happen in 2027. You're going to get more Mandalorian and more Grogu stuff. The movie comes out in 2026, so next summer, which is not as far off as you think it is, but this movie comes out next summer. So I think 2027 is Attack of the Clones, is A New Hope, is The Mandalorian and Grogu. And I think that's what's going to dominate our 2027. We're looking ahead 2 full years here into Star Wars Galaxy Heroes to see what's coming down the road. I think 2027 is going to be an absolute banger in this game. And if Capital Games is smart, they will give us other reasons to have 2026 also be a banger in this game with the KOTOR and the Old Republic stuff. Those would be great decisions by Capital Games, and obviously they got to get approved by Disney, and Lucasfilm, and maybe we'll have new people in charge of we've all been hoping, and they'll greenlight that. I don't know. Some other things that we've been talking about on stream, we talked about today. Who wouldn't love to see like a what-if faction, Darth Jar Jar, Darth Luke, Jedi Master Anakin, or whatever you're talking about. Who wouldn't love to see like the Tales of the Jedi, young not Count Dooku, Jedi Knight Count Dooku, young Qui-Gon, Yaddle. Give us that stuff in the game as well. And then, I don't know, I don't think this would ever happen. But I think people would go crazy. I think people would go absolutely bonkers for a Lego faction. Like Lego Luke Skywalker, Lego Darth Vader, whatever, Lego Jar Jar, Lego Boba Fett. If they brought like a dark light side and dark side Lego, maybe some of you are like, no, that's stupid, don't do it. I can hear you. I hear you saying it right now. But just say, I think that would be so much fun. We're playing a game, just give us some fantasy stuff, some stuff that's outside of the box. We could all have a good time with that. I can't imagine why Lego wouldn't be on board with that. Give us kind of that separate little IP of Star Wars to put in there. So there you go. That's what I'm thinking as far as things coming ahead of us in 2026 and 2027 for Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. And we'll see what they can pull out next year, because this is one of the few years where there's just been no content this year. They don't have anything next year that's set up that they can make a Galactic Legend or something. That's why the Pirates are here. Because of Skeleton Crew. That's why the Pirates are here. So we shall see. We will look forward to what comes in the next couple of years in Galaxy Heroes. I'll be right here with you, enjoying it and putting it all together. Everybody, have a great day. Talk to you soon. Always remember, Nooch too good. Let me know in the comments what you think.